LEGO Adventures has always been one of my favorite LEGO themes, and it was a considerable part of my LEGO childhood. Not in the sense that I had a lot of sets, I think I had only two, but it has always sparked my imagination a lot, and it still does. I just really like the setting and concept. Besides Star Wars, I grew up with the Indiana Jones movies and even the kinda cheesy, sometimes kinda trashy mummy movies with Brendan Fraser. Which I did very much enjoy as a kid. So yeah, why not LEGO Adventurers, but in Star Wars? I mean, it would make sense. The Star Wars universe has a rich history, a lot of ancient tombs and artifacts and all kinds of things to explore. So yeah, let's take a closer look at the LEGO Adventurers Scorpion Tracker car, but as a Landspeeder. Or at least my interpretation of what it could look like as a Landspeeder in the Star Wars universe. Oh, and also Star Wars Johnny Thunder. There really isn't that much to the whole build, but there are a few things I want to mention. Mostly how I tried to replicate that 1920s car look by trying to give the speeder a similar kind of hood like those old cars have for the engine compartment, but that didn't quite work. So I took inspiration from, you probably guessed it, the speeder from Attack of the Clones that Anakin and Obi-Wan use while pursuing the bounty hunter, Zem Wesel. So yeah, but overall I just tried to make it a bit more rough and makeshift looking by keeping the front open and all in grey shades. And also that hints towards the original build, which has this radiator piece with the front lights in light grey. Then I also added this curved tile on top, which is supposed to hint towards the typical hood of older cars, while also in this case, breaking up the overall boxy shape of the Landspeeder, because it's quite squarish. The little engine pieces can technically rotate, by the way, but I don't know if you'd actually want to do anything with this. It's not really a play feature. It's kind of where they just rotate. That's it. For the windshield, I used these transparent pieces because the Scorpion Tracker has this this windshield piece on this modified plate. But you could also use these pieces, for example. They'd make the whole thing even more rugged looking, and if you use black ones, it would add a bit of color contrast to the whole thing. The rest of the Landspeeder is just mostly this studs on the side construction that I almost always use when building Landspeeders. In this case, I worked with bracket pieces because I like that they give you that little extra bit of space for the crate in the rear, and also for the modified brick, which has all the dashboard pieces attached to it. It's easier to fit into there if you get this space between the brackets. If you would use modified bricks, you'd have to make some changes, but that would also work and make the whole thing fit a bit more snugly. But I like that the little bit of distance, I don't know, half a plate of distance or what this is, gives the whole thing a more framed look, and makes it look like the whole front section is more open and that you can more easily access the engine area to do maintenance or switch out parts or whatever you want to play with it. But yeah, this is the reason I used brackets in that case. On those not frame side panels, I included jumper plates, so you could add on extra engines or other pieces, like maybe blasters or other details, although you don't necessarily need jumpers for that, because, it's not. You can just slap something on there. But I like that it makes the whole thing look a bit more smoother, and also it reminded me of the doors of the original Scorpion Tracker piece. The kind of main body piece of the car, which is a really great piece, by the way, because you easily get an odd number of studs transformed into an even number of anti-studs, and it's just you can fit two minifigures, and the whole build is still at an even number of studs, which makes it easier to work with. And lastly, there's the wooden crate that the original one has as storage space in the rear. But if you don't like the look, or if you would just like to add something else on there, you can easily remove it, and now you get different options. But I think that was it for the main design. I mean, it's a very small build like the original, and I just hope you liked it. And now you can go zoom around on Tatooine or Korriban, I mean, Korriban is basically Star Wars' ancient Egypt planet, but with Sith instead of pharaohs. So, yeah. go explore some old Sith tombs and I don't know, maybe collect stuff for Luthen's antiquities shop or something. No, wait, no. Johnny Thunder wouldn't sell stolen goods. He would donate to museums. So I don't know, maybe find a good museum on Coruscant or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's actually a good idea for another video. Maybe replicate some of the other LEGO Adventurers Egypt sets in old tombs, but just transform them into Sith tombs or something. There's got to be some inspiration in there. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now. Thank you for watching. I very much hope you enjoyed this here video. If you have anything to say, leave a comment. And if you're interested, take a look at my other videos. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching the video. And I hope to see you again in my next one. Bye-bye.